live. We back, man. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. We are the leaders in single entry, 3 max and 20 max content. But have no fear, man. Have no worries at all. Rest your weary soul. Does not matter what type of contest you play. I don't care if it's head to head, you're a 150 maxer, cash game, double up player. Does not matter, man. If you're playing NBA DFS at all, this is one of the best spots you can be in. This is one of the spots you need to be in. So if you not already done it and you haven't done it yet, man, and you're watching, please go hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on so you know when the videos and content drop. I promise you will not be sorry, man. Ask some of the people who subscribe, man. Some of my subscribers, let them know, man. I done had people have takedowns off of these videos, man. This is one of the spots you want to be in. Trust me, do that right now. And while you clicking buttons, man, go on and hit that like button for your boy, man. We slipping on them likes. It's like 3 straight days we didn't get to 100 likes, man. Don't make me go back to not doing weekend content, all right? Hold on one second. I'm going to let y'all marinate. Let me get a little water in me. Hold on. I'm going to let y'all think about hitting that like button for a second, all right? Okay. All right. Go on and hit that thing now. I'm telling you, man. I hate to cut these weekend videos off on y'all. The season's winding down. I want to keep bringing them to you. So let's get this video up over 100 likes. All right. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. All right. This is my starting 5. If this is your first time here, this is where I bring 5 plays across DraftKings and FanDuel. That's more than likely going to be in my player pool. I always say more than likely because it is NBA DFS, guys. You're going to get injury news throughout the day. You're going to get news before lock, after lock. You have to pay attention and you have to know what's going on so you can adjust your lineups accordingly, man. NBA DFS is not one of them lineups. It's not one of them fantasy sports you set your lineups at 6 o'clock and then you're just done and you just go on about your night. I mean, you can do that, but you're going to lose a lot of money because you're going to miss a lot of stuff and a lot of ways to make your lineups better. So be available and be ready to make swaps, all right? Got that out the way. We're going to get right to it. You know I don't like to hold y'all long. We're going to do my lineup review. Going over my best lineups from yesterday's slate. I don't have a FanDuel lineup review today. I didn't play FanDuel yesterday by accident. I thought I reserved my contest. But when we got about 30 minutes for lock and I was going to go adjust my lineups and put my lineups in, I saw that I did not reserve my contest. So I didn't like any of the contests that was available left. So I just chose not to play. So no FanDuel review for you, all right? But we still got a FanDuel starting 5. Don't worry, all right? Let's get into it, man. Solid night last night. Definitely a winning night. Got back on the green side of things. This is my highest scoring lineup right here. This is in the $1.20 max. Came in 279th place. Put up 300 points here on another Friday no late swap event. At the top, Jamal Murray, 8,100, 24% on. Going against the San Antonio Spurs, man. Gave you 48 fantasy points. Just a nice game from him. Finished 2 assists shy of a triple-double. 10 boards out from Jamal Murray. That's a rare occurrence right there, but we'll definitely take it in this spot. Got to some Terry Rozier here. Got to a little few different Heat players against this Detroit Pistons team. I felt it was a good matchup. I like the prices on these Heat players. I didn't necessarily want 3 like this in the lineup, but it worked out here. I have to set that rule in my optimizer next time, but definitely didn't want 3 Heat. But like I said, it worked out in this spot. Rozier was decent at 6,800. I liked him a little bit at his price, and I love the matchup for him. Just 30 fantasy points. Didn't kill us, but like I said, didn't help us that much either. Duncan Robinson came through in a big way. 5K here, 16% on, gave you 35 fantasy points. Well, 7X here for Duncan Robinson. Definitely take that. Caleb Martin, my low on value piece. He was one of my favorite value plays yesterday with little to no value on the slate. We didn't have a lot of 3K and 4K value, guys. I thought Caleb Martin was a interesting play to get to. His playing time had been ticking up. Well, I ain't say ticking up. Playing time had been solid. He'd been approaching 30 minutes coming off the bench, and we wanted to get to him here in this spot. Thought this Detroit game could be a blowout. He could possibly pick up extra minutes. 40 fantasy points for him, man. Pushing 10x out of him. Love that. Zubox here at 10%, man. Went back to the well. He failed me the night before. Went right back to him as I figured the playing time would be there going against the Pelicans. Finished 1 point shy of a double-double. Would have loved that. Could have gave us a little better performance, but he was solid here with 29 fantasy points. Keontae George, you seen me talk about him in the video yesterday. Got him at 38% on 41 fantasy points from him, man. Just a nice night from him. He was chalky. People were on him, but he's been playing well like I told you. And he got a great matchup here as the Jazz pull off the upset here of the Hawks. Taylor Horton-Tucker, just a value piece everybody was on, but I was okay with it. I thought it was decent enough chalk with no Jordan Clarkson and no Chris Dunn over there. See, he saw he could be in line for an uptick in minutes, and he produced just okay at 3,900. DeJounte Murray, another chalk piece, but y'all know, man. Y'all didn't watch it. If you've been watching me, you know I've been saying play Jamal. I played DeJounte Murray as long as Trae Young as long as he's affordable. He's still affordable at 9,500. They're going to push him up to the 10K range and a little higher for me to get off of him here in this with no Trae Young. So 60 fancy points from him. Big game from DeJounte Murray going against the Jazz. All right, that's my best lineup in the $1.20 max. That was my highest scoring lineup, 300 over here. Let's take a look at my single entry. Single entry, thought we had a nice little sweat going here. Came in 39th place. At the top, Bones Highland, 74% on. Once we got the news Harden was out, I actually hated we got the news because y'all saw my video yesterday. I was already on Paul George. I told y'all I thought James Harden was going to be out, and that's the route I was taking. So I actually hated we got that announcement a little bit before lock. I wish we could have got it after lock because I was already going here. But Highland, 4,300, 74% on, 19 fantasy points. Just could not buy a bucket. His shot was off, man. It was just a horrible shooting night from him, and he didn't destroy you because of how high. He was just one of those plays I like to point out to the gang that when you see a chalk play like Bones Highland, he's one of those guys. He's going to be so high on that if he fails, you still can win with him in your lineup because the bulk of the field is going to have him. But if you don't have him and he crushes, you're probably dead because pretty much everybody has him. So I was perfectly fine going back to Bones Highland, and I was perfectly fine with the outcome here. Wish he could have shot a little better, but I knew he was super chalk, so whatever he gave me, I was going to be okay with. Terry Rozier, once again, 15% on over here in the single entry, right at 30 fantasy points. Like I said, just an okay performance from him. Paul George, you saw me talk about him. I told you I was going right back to him. Got him at 17%. He came through with another nice game. 46 fantasy points from him. Caleb Martin, man, I was over the field on him. He definitely contributed to us having a winning night over here. 12% on in this single entry, 40 fantasy points. Clint Capella, man, I told y'all yesterday in the video to watch him. His minutes could be ticking up. And I thought he could destroy. I told the gang on the live, I thought he could destroy with Walker Kessler not starting and John Collins down there. He came through with a nice double-double for us, man. 10 points, 15 boards, right at 40 fantasy points from him. Keontae Jordan, once again, is 50% on over here, 41 fantasy points. Taylor Horton-Tucker, 70% on, 16. And then, DeJounte Murray once again with the 660 burger. So 292 came in 39th place in the single entry. All right. Let's get to today's slate, man. Got a 6-game across both sites here. Got it queued up for you. Now, very intriguing slate. We should be getting Steph Curry back tonight. We could be getting LaMelo Ball back. We could be getting Desmond Bane back. Jaren Jackson could be live to play. There's a lot of stuff that we could be getting that we're going to be waiting on. We'll have to adjust as the news comes. Y'all know I give it to you as I see it right now, as if the slate was going to lock in the next hour or so. So at the top, point guard, man, give me Tyrese Maxey, 8,500. Listen, I know it's a low total game. I get it. They're heavy favorites. But like I always tell you, in low total games, I'm perfectly fine going there. I just look to the stars more. And Max is definitely the star of this Philly team with no Embiid. And you get the added benefit of there could be no Tobias Harris tonight, man. If Tobias Harris sit, the only two guys out there really left that can create their own shot is Oubre and Maxey. And Maxey definitely should be able to have his way in there. He's a heavy driver of the basketball. The Hornets they don't have any real rim protection. So Maxey should be able to get to the cup and finish in the lane. And if he gets that outside shot going, you know what he's capable of. I like getting the Tyrese Maxey here. I'm not worried about the low total. Give me some Tyrese Maxey at 8,500. At the shooting guard, I want to look at Cam Thomas. Nice matchup here against the Pacers. I thought this over-under would be a little higher, but I'm okay with it, man. Cam Thomas, he's Mr. Run and Gun himself, and now you get him against a run and gun team against the Indiana Pacers here in this spot. You know the usage is up there. You know he gonna take his shots. He don't care who out there. He's getting his shots. He's mainly scoring, so it's a little risky. I may lean a more 3 max, 20 max play with this, not necessarily my single entry, but we will see. He's definitely live to make it in my single entry, man. 6,900, like I said, he's gonna get 20, 25 shots up if he can, for sure. Give me some Cam Thomas, 6,900. I love the matchup. You know his usage is high, and you know he's going to attempt to score. Like I said, only downside is he's mainly only scoring, so hopefully he can get lucky with some peripherals for us here. But if that shot is on, he definitely can pay off this 6,900 price tag in this matchup. At the small forward, I want to look at Alex Caruso, man. I think the Bulls are one of these teams you can just get to a lot of today. They missing a key piece in Kobe White. He's questionable. Probably not going to play here in this spot, but if he does, you know we'll adjust. But with no Kobe White, man, I think all these Bulls are live. For one, I think they're pretty efficiently priced. I don't mind their price. I don't think they're overpriced. And they're all getting huge minutes, man. These Bulls players are playing so many minutes. All of them are approaching 40. All the starters are approaching 40 minutes. I definitely don't mind getting Alex Caruso here. You've seen him take a few more shots the last couple of games than normally with no Kobe White. That's just him being out spread, some shots to go around. I like getting the Caruso. You know he brings the defensive aspect. He's going to provide the peripherals. He's like the reverse of Cam Thomas, man. He's going to provide you the peripherals. You got to worry about his scoring. But like I said, the shot attempts are up with no Kobe White over here. Great matchup against the Washington Wizards. Sign me up for a little Alex Caruso. At the power forward, I think you can go right back to DeMar DeRozan. He's probably going to be chalky today, a little popular. Had a little letdown spot coming off the big game last time, but it was the second night of a back-to-back, and I told you they're playing plenty of minutes, man. He got a day of rest. He should be able to come in and take advantage of this spot here against the Wizards. I like getting to DeRozan. I like getting to these Bulls on today's slate. Now, at the center, walk with me. Definitely a 20 max play. Definitely a 20 max play. I wouldn't put him in my single entry unless I for sure hear some news. But Jonas Valanciunas here at the center. Thought process behind this. Listen, I get it. His minutes have been down. They've been going to Nance more. But you get in a situation here against the Portland Trailblazers, and they're playing a DeAndre Ayton-led Trailblazers, and Ayton has just been a dog as of late. He has been beasting down there. So I think you can see a spot where they let J-Val get a little more minutes to combat the size of Ayton down there. I don't think you want Nance playing big minutes having to check Ayton. That's a huge size advantage, and Ayton has been feasting down low. He's been looking like a monster down there. So I don't know if they want Nance down there battling with Ayton. So you could see J-Val minutes tick up here in this spot. Maybe get to the 25 to 30 minute range. Possibly compete with Ayton with minutes. I would think they would probably want him every minute Ayton is out there as long as he's out of foul trouble. So definitely, like I said, a 20 max play unless we hear some for sure word or news from the coach or something. But I like getting the J-Val here at 5,200 in this spot. I know he's going to go under on. I know he's going to come low on. And at 5,200, he's a guy that can pay this price tag off in 20 minutes. J-Val can go out there and drop 35 points in 20 minutes. We definitely seen him do it before. I think he can get closer to 30 here in this spot. Like I said, I think they wanted him to battle with Aiden down there. I'm not the coach, hey, so it doesn't have to go this way. But just looking at it, it's wise and prudent to let J-Val be out there as much as you can as long as DeAndre Aiden out there. Because if Nance is out there, Aiden might destroy him. If Nance gonna continue to get 30+ minutes right here, man, I may get to some Aiden. I might hedge this bet a little bit by getting to some Aiden. That way, if J-Val don't play a lot, I got some Aiden to destroy Nance down there. But there you have it, man. Just starting 5 for DraftKings: Tyrese Maxey, Cam Thomas, Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, and Jonas Valanciunas, man. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. Let's go look at FanDuel and see what I'm feeling over there. At the top, man, yes, you're reading correctly. Give me Steph Curry. They said they expected him back tonight, coming off a little ankle injury. If he's playing, I'm believing he is good to go. This is a big game here as far as the standings and the play-in versus you're going to be in the 7 and 8 seed versus the 9 and 10 seed. I like getting the Steph here. I'm hoping he comes in low on. People are going to be, hopefully they're a little worried about taking him coming off the injury. And he wasn't playing well before he went out. But this is NBA DFS, man. You get rewarded for being first to the party. And I'm trying to do that here with Steph Curry. Don't mind the price on him, $8,600. Hopefully the little time off and healing that ankle has helped heal any other injuries that was nagging him. And he's coming back full strength, ready to go. Sign me up for Steph Curry at $8,600. I'm hoping y'all scared to go to him and play him. I'm going to play him today. At the shooting guard, I think we can look at Ayo Dosunmu. I told you want to get to some of these Bulls, man. I like getting to these Bulls players, just their price tag, the minutes, and the matchup. Ayo Dosunmu had a rough night shooting the ball last time. Didn't really give us anything. I'm expecting a bounce back spot here at home against this Wizards defense. You can sign me right back up for Ayo Dosunmu. Hopefully y'all are off of him and I can get him at a little lower ownership. At the small forward, I want to look at Kelly Oubre, man, 6,300. Like I said, he's another guy who hasn't been playing that well consistently. He's been having spurts here and there of good games. But if you get this spot, like I said, with Tobias Harris out, man, him and Maxey are the only ones that can really create their own shot. I'm going to take some chances on Kelly Oubre if Tobias Harris is out. Now, this is definitely injury dependent if we don't get that news, but which we should have it before lock. If Tobias Harris play, we might pivot and get off of him and go down to somebody else. But if Tobias Harris is out, you can sign me up for all the Kelly Oubre and all the Maxey you want to at $6,300 over here on FanDuel. At the power forward spot, I want to look at Kyle Kuzma. Struggling, not real good games these last couple of outings, but I think he can bounce back here against the Bulls. The Bulls are not no stellar defense. Vooch is not a defensive stalwart down there in the paint. Kuzma still should be starting at the center. He gonna have his hands full on the defensive end trying to guard Vooch. But maybe they get Bagley here back in this spot. Maybe they don't. Either way, I'm expecting Kuzma to come back around and have a better performance after the last two outings he's had. Not really worried, like I said, not really worried about the Bulls defense. Kuzma's live for a double-double, whether he's starting at center or not, even though he didn't rebound the ball well last time out. I don't mind going to Kuzma, expecting a bounce-back performance from him against these Bulls. And then at the center, man, I'm staying with Nikola Vucevic. I told you, if Kuzma starts at the center, he's going to get worked over down there on the offensive end when the Bulls have the ball because he doesn't have the size to check Vooch. Vooch has a strong post game, a good little back to the basket game. I think he can take advantage of the size he has on Kyle Kuzma if Kuzma gets to start. But even if Bagley starts, he's a little undersized as well, man. It doesn't matter. And you know the Wizards give it up to the center. This is the best spot for centers fantasy-wise. Sign me up for Vucevic at $8K. I think you can get to pretty much all these Bulls starters today, all right? There you have it, man. Your starting 5 for FanDuel. Nikola Vucevic, Kyle Kuzma, Kelly Oubre, Ayo Dosunmu, and Steph Curry, man. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. You know they going to be in mine, all right? Y'all know the deal. Any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't done it already. That's going to do it for us here today, man. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.